If you're looking for a podcast that packs in sound property advice, as well as offering you an insight into making the world of property effective and ultimately work for you, you're in the right place. Hosted by Arsh Ellahi, the original property rebel. He's written an Amazon bestseller, created the Property Investor app, the UK's first, and is an experienced property mentor. More importantly, he talks the talk and walks the walk.
Hi, welcome to another episode of The Property Rebel with your host, Arsh Ellahi. And today we're going to keep the session quite short, all about being grateful. Now, before we do that, I want to remind you that this podcast is sponsored by the Property Investor app, and there are three ways to get involved. You can either go to the website, which is propertyinvestораpp.co.uk. If you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store, type in Property Investor and download it from there. Now, I know that you've got WhatsApp. Why don't you join our WhatsApp community? All you've got to do is go onto WhatsApp, search for communities and search for Property Investor app, and you'll be able to join our community for absolutely free. Every deal that we upload, we put into the community as well as upload onto the Property Investor app. Now, last week, as you're aware, that it was quite an emotional time for me, turn 45, and it's quite a monumentous occasion for me, having gone through such a journey for the last 17 years. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out last week's episode. I really hope that you enjoy it. More importantly, I actually put the whole video up on YouTube, so you can search under the handle of Arsh Ellahi and you'll see the whole hour session. And I really, really hope that you enjoy the rawness of the session. So today, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all those people that reached out. So I've got people messaging me on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, emails. So many people reached out and they said, Arsh, we don't know, because we didn't know that you're going through this battle. Because every time people saw me, they saw me as this happy, clappy, happy-go-lucky person. But deep down, I'm dealing with all these, let's call them mini demons. Why am I telling you this? Is because when I sent an email out to my email database, a lot of people responded saying, Arsh, I'm currently going through kind of a similar situation where I owe someone some money, or someone owes me some money, or I'm having to repay back a big debt. And believe it or not, owing people money or in a situation where you got large overpayments is part of business, but it's also quite common. So if you've got a question or if you need help with it, I'll try my best to try and help. I'll try my best to offer some advice. Please feel free to reach out, send me an email, which will be to admin@arshellahi.com. Please put your name, your contact details on there, and we'll arrange to have a call to see how I can help. A couple of guys that I spoke to already, trying to put a couple of solutions in place for them to try and either restructure some of their debt or restructure some of their finances so that it releases the amount of interest or the amount that they're having to pay back every month, which then takes off a bit of the pressure off them. So that was the first part of the call. What am I doing differently? So how do I feel different? The honest answer is that I feel slightly different, but believe it or not, the drive actually has got slightly different. It's got more aggressive. I've actually taken on more properties within the last week. So I've taken on, I'm in the process, when I say in the process, hopefully completing on a negotiation on a deal in Cheltenham today. And we've completed on a deal in Wolverhampton. These have all happened within the last week. And it finds a bit strange because I've always said to myself that I was going to down tools at 45. But what has actually happened, it's just made me change the goalpost slightly. I don't really need to. I'm just looking at properties in a slightly different way. So there were some deals where I looked at them and, believe it or not, actually turned them away. Say, you know what, it's not for me. But previously, I probably would have took them. So it's made me think about things slightly differently, but in a good way. Now, moving forward, is that going to be my mindset? The honest answer is I don't know, and I won't know. I'm going to see how we get on over the next few weeks and over the next few months. But what I'm going to say to you guys is that it's important to have a goal. I set my goal 17 years ago. I've hit that goal. But if I did not have that benchmark, I would not have been able, would I have had that same drive and motivation knowing that it's not there? But if I knew that date was there, I was working every day to that date and that level. And what I've now found that because I haven't got anything further to go on to, it's a little bit strange. So I might not set myself another, slightly shorter target, 2 years, 3 years or 5 years. Perhaps that's the way that I operate. I work better under pressure. I don't know. I'm going to figure out how that kind of works over the next few days or the next few weeks. Just give myself a bit of time just to release or just to slow down a bit and see how I react to that. But just a bit of a conversational point. I don't really know what to say. Is the honest answer. Like I said, since last week, it's been a real interesting time for me as I kind of reassess where I go and what I do from here. But next week, we're back on it. Another podcast. I'm going to give you specific topics that we're going to be talking about. And I really hope that if there's a topic that you want me to discuss, please feel free to reach out. Like I said, go to admin@arshellahi.com or send me an email to admin@arshellahi.com. Tell me what you want to discuss and we'll go from there. But on that note, guys, really hope that you enjoy it. Please do me a favor. Go and check out my YouTube channel under the handle of Arsh Ellahi. Follow me on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, all under the handle of Arsh Ellahi. And don't forget to download the Property Investor app. And I will see you all soon. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of The Property Rebel. Want to keep learning? Check out the other episodes on YouTube and dive deeper into the world of property investing with Arsh Ellahi.